Hello everyone, a quick overview with the price forecast, what's going to happen with Bitcoin and altcoins. The first thing to pay attention to is that Bitcoin is at the upper edge of this kind of flag pattern. Even if you look at it as a bullish formation, for now it's bouncing off notice from the upper edge. And strictly speaking, if you're currently in the market, you need to set a stop loss just below the local level. By the way, this isn't just any local level, it's actually one of the most important levels which was formed here at the all-time high. So if Bitcoin drops and bounces off the upper boundary of the trend, the upper edge of this channel, then if it falls below 106,500, that's where you need to exit, so that you don't end up entering the market here and then it moves like this. Even if it's within the bullish trend and later recovers, it could drop like this and bounce up to the lower boundary of the channel. So you need to exit here and then consider whether to re-enter or not, but only closer to the lower boundary. I'll update the information there. It might make sense to enter then. For the past 2 years I've been trading on the Bybit exchange. It's the #1 platform in terms of trading volume and liquidity. This means your orders will be executed here at the best prices and with minimal slippage. Just from this alone, you'll save several $100s a month compared to trading on any other exchange. Among other things, the fees here are low, and if you register using my referral link in the description, you'll receive a bonus ranging from $50,000 to $30,000, depending on the size of your deposit. Go to the link in the description right now, then click this button and see what bonus you'll get for registering. On average, my subscribers receive about $100 for registering on the Bybit exchange. But if you have a large deposit and a corresponding trading volume, you can receive up to $30,000 as a bonus. The link is below. Register it only takes a few minutes. It's definitely worth checking out. That's the first point. The second point I explained in my previous review, why there's no demand for Bitcoin, why there's no demand for altcoins, or rather, not why there's no demand. What's happening and why isn't the price going up? Because there's no demand. No one is buying, there's no volume, and a lot of altcoins are at the bottom, with only a few rare exceptions. Some are even at their all-time lows, and that's not a sign of a bull market. From what I've asked my Instagram audience, mostly the guys who are in the market are sitting in Bitcoin and Ethereum. As for Ethereum, I would have held it too, but I've already exited. Where did I exit? I exited on the retest. Notice here, there's a sideways movement. Then there was a move down, basically a trend break, so you need to exit right here. But actually, I didn't manage to get out in time back then. I waited, the price went back up and I exited on the retest. So this is an obvious exit in the context of a trend break, meaning if we look at this as an uptrend, it breaks here and you need to exit somewhere around here. Or what's great about spot trading is that you can wait it out and exit on the rebound. The only thing is the rebound could have happened lower and not been as strong. But no, I got lucky, it bounced exactly into the zone where I needed to exit, right at the break, and that's where I got out. Right now the price is slightly higher. If you're still in the market and haven't exited, you don't want to end up stuck like this, where the price moves against you and you end up holding your position for years after buying at the top. To avoid that, set a stop loss right on the spot market. Here's the stop loss on the hourly chart for Ethereum. Take note, is the level 2,400. If Ethereum drops below 2,400 right here, you shouldn't be in the market anymore, you should already be out. So if you're currently in the market and afraid to sell, there's a high chance it could go down, and to avoid getting stuck, 2,400 is your level to exit. As for other coins, each one has its own unique situation. Some are doing a bit better, some are at the bottom, and some are even at an all-time low. But first and foremost, take a closer look at Dash. If the market drops now, Dash is practically at its all-time low. Yes, if you look back at, say, 2016, it was even lower back then. But since the masses entered the crypto market, it was worth around $240 and it has dropped by 92%. That's close to its all-time low. If you don't count 2016, when crypto was worth almost nothing and a slight dip could send it down another 50%, you could set a buy order somewhere around $10 or $11. That's all the ideas. Yeah, and notice it's being artificially held up, and it might continue to be artificially supported. And right here, there's actually a pattern for breaking through the high. So this coin, theoretically speaking, is very bullish, but you need to be really careful with it. Definitely don't consider it for your entire balance. Those are my thoughts. So I'm out of the market right now, and if it keeps growing, if Bitcoin sets a new all-time high and goes up here, in that case, if the market is strong, altcoins should come back to life, get off the bottom, and I'll enter one of the altcoins when it breaks out from the bottom. There will be good entry points there. Let me show you using Dash as an example. There's a really good all-time low pattern there. Maybe there will be some kind of double bottom here if the market comes back to life, right? The level I'll be watching is $23, so if it breaks out to this level, I might buy, but we'll see when the time comes. But that's only if the market is strong, only if Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. And if there is volume there. In any other case, the way down remains open. And to avoid getting stuck in the market, make sure to tighten your stop losses. Otherwise, as always happens, I've been talking about trading for years now right before a bear market. I get a lot of comments saying, no, you have to buy, you have to buy. Then the bear market comes and suddenly it's unclear where to exit, right? You bought at 107,000 and now Bitcoin is already at 92. You thought it was just a pullback, a correction within the bull trend. Then the trend changes and let's say you didn't exit anywhere, not on the retest, not on the bounce, and the next bounce is much lower. At that point, there's almost nothing left of your balance. You sit there holding on, and it turns out you just rode out the drop for a year or two. Yes, that's the good thing about spot trading. If you're not trading futures, you can just wait it out. But why go through all that if you can exit on time, then buy back in at the bottom and double your money by the time the price returns to its previous level? That's it. To avoid that situation, tighten your stop losses. There's nothing wrong if the price drops lower, you exit the market and then look for a new entry point, because there will always be new entry points. You can always catch some movement, but the main thing is not to get stuck in a falling market after entering at the top. Be very careful. I've told you the main exit points for the major coins. I won't go over the rest. Just watch if key levels are broken downward, you'll need to exit. If you haven't exited yet, I already have, and I'll be watching for new entry points. Thank you. Good luck.